So Marc Marquez finally tastes the champagne on the top step of the podium once again in MotoGP, and that has given me an idea. Can I replicate Marc Marquez's victory in Aragon? Let's find out. So here we go then, guys, starting from pole position, the exact same spot that Marc Marquez started from. We will aim to beat the 120% AI in a 100% race distance here in Aragon, as I'm desperately trying around the outside of Pecco Bagnaia to hold this position. Now, in the past, when I have attempted racing at 100% at this circuit, it does seem that one or two riders are the outliers. They disappear to the front, are impossible to catch. I hope that isn't going to be the case today, or in fact, if it is going to be that way, make it be me controlling Marquez and not the artificial intelligence. So far so good. Plan A executed. We're up into turn 7 with a 0.2 of a second lead. We can do this challenge, but I think it's going to be pressure from Pecco throughout the entirety of this race. Let battle commence, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is going to be a fun one. So if you do enjoy this video and you enjoy the idea, let me know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe as well. So out of the Marc Marquez corner, that's the first time we're seeing Pecco Bagnaia have a little bit of a look up on the inside. Not able to get through now. Can I go around the outside? Whoa, almost. Oh my god, it's going to be a bit too eerie, this, isn't it? It's going to create the Marquez and Pecco collision that we seen in the Grand Prix of Teruel at the weekend. Thankfully, we both got through there unscathed, and we can now continue to battle. Right then, that's not bad. I actually expected us to lose the lead going into turn 12. It kind of caught me off guard there. I was rather slow going into the Marquez corner, coincidentally with the man who's named after that corner, of course. Well, the corner was named after him, of course, as Pecco. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Flew up on the inside going into the final corner. So now, it's down to us to try and get back at Pecco. He's got that inside line, which puts him in a terrible position. But I'm going to go try and around the outside again, like we did in turn 12. But unfortunately, that has not stuck, should I say. As now, this is what I feared. Is Pecco the outlier? Is he going to be that rider that makes it damn difficult for me now to try and catch? I hope not, because that would mean after lap 2 already the chance of winning this battle, and Pecco knows it. He's already had a look behind him. I think he knows it's done and dusted, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to hone my own inner Marc Marquez to never give in and keep on fighting. 1,000 plus days since his last MotoGP victory. Now a sprint winner, now a Grand Prix winner with Ducati. Can we catch back up to Pecco? Of course, Pecco denied Marquez a victory back in Aragon 2021 or 21, I think it was. Pecco's very first victory. As we now dive onto the brakes in turn 12, I've got to say, ooh, Pecco was a bit tight there. That's given us a chance to claw back some time. But I'm not that good enough around this circuit to really challenge the toughest artificial intelligence. Now, as I say, this is on 120%, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. The majority of the riders aren't close to us. Maverick's within half a second, but Pecco is only the man to beat right now. I hope he doesn't try and check out like Marc Marquez did in Aragon. A little bit deep there for turn 16, but I want that wider line so I can get onto the power and hopefully claw back a bit of time. Ride height device enabled, and Pecco's gap has gone to 4/10. Fastest man on track is Pecco with a 1:44.4. That's challenging to beat. My lap time is a 1:44.8, so not particularly special in the early stages of Aragon. I hope he doesn't check out here. Ooh, on the limit there into the Carlos Checa corner, just desperate to try and catch up to the number 1. 0.6 of a second is the gap. Oh, I'm getting pushed here. I'm getting stretched. Come on, Marc. The whole purpose of this video is to win. That's the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. That was the goal, to try and replicate the number 93's performance, but it's looking a bit ominous now. 0.8 of a second. Where is he finding this time? He's doing what Marquez did in real life, that extra lean angle. Being able just to tuck that Ducati into the corners that little bit neater than I am. The drive he got out of the Marquez corner as well. Oh, wow, I've got a lot of practice to do here, haven't I? That's really late on the brakes there. I might not get that stopped. In fact, I'm not going to get it stopped. I'm off the circuit. Behind me is Maverick Vinales. Quick look behind me then. And that gap has gone to a second. I'm getting really pushed now. Oh, my first track limit warning as well. This is not a circuit you want to get long lap penalty on. The long lap penalty here is absolutely massive. It goes on for at least a good 3 seconds. I might be able to tackle it pretty quickly. I once did a practice run with Taka Nakagami in a video once. I don't even know if I ever did that video in the end, but I was doing a practice run into that long lap penalty and I actually managed to save a bit of time, which I was surprised at. But here we go. We are now a second behind. Pecco increases his lap time. He's down to the 44.2s. And I'm still pretty much where we were. 44.8. With good track conditions as well. None of that mixed stuff that we had in Aragon over the weekend. Lack of grip after the rain fell over the evening. And yet again, another track limit warning. I can't believe how much Pecco is pushing me here. All I wanted to do is just stay ahead of him. It's one of those circuits. I actually really like the track of Aragon, but I'm just not all that good at it. And I'm wide there for turn 7. If I'm not careful, Maverick's going to pinch the spot here. Oh, I can't believe this. I was desperate. Allow me to win. I wanted to get this challenge complete, but that is exactly why it's a challenge. Not as simple as just picking up the controller and winning here in Aragon. But what I will say is this gives me a tremendous amount of confidence and belief that my MotoGP career mode, when we do eventually move up to the Premier class, could be a lot more interesting than it has been in Moto2, as once again we're wide into turn 12. My favourite corner on the track, and I've made it 2 mistakes in 2 laps. This could even be a 1:45 lap time. Oh, Pecco, track limit warning as well for the number 1. Really tight to the apex head, diving into that tight left-hander. But as we now bring the power on, I think our attention draws to Maverick behind rather than Pecco ahead. I'm going to need a bloody miracle from now. 2 seconds is the gap. Yeah, he's pulling out. He's doing the Marquez. Maybe I should have been Pecco and I could have replicated this performance a little bit better. I'd only need... Well, the video wouldn't be as long. I could soon crash out into turn 13, I could say. I'm wide again going into turn 1. I think that time around I had much better drive from the final corner. So when I tried to brake at my usual line, I was actually carrying a bit more speed than I anticipated. Lap times are not... Oh, no, again, another track limit warning. These are coming in way too quick. I've got to be careful here. This is definitely going to be one of those videos that I'm going to start off a little bit sluggish, and by the end of it, I think I'm going to be rather consistent. Right now, it's a little bit of a mess. I lost another 10th into that first split. Now into the reverse corkscrew. That gap is increasing again. Maverick not close enough yet for a lunge. I think I can easily hold off Maverick. Just got to make sure I don't make a mistake into turn 12. So make sure I brake early here. Brake a little bit on the side of the tyre, nice and tight to the apex. And back on the power. 2.6.5. This is a tough corner to get right. Turn 14. It is treacherous here in this game. It's such a difficult corner. It's almost blind until you reach the rumble strip, and that's when you realise you have to brake. You don't really get a good vision of it. As we're actually not far away from our previous best lap time here. So we've managed to... Oh my lord, Maverick's just gone. I was going to say we've managed to stabilise that lead by a couple of tenths of a second. Oh, Alex Rins also went down. Did he get hit by a strewn motorcycle, possibly? It's hard to say. There was nothing regarding the MotoGP stewards. I know if that happens, usually they mention it and is investigated. Joan Mir track limit warning for the number 36. Of course, we won't be seeing the Repsol Hondas in this video, I don't think, unless we have an absolute collapse. When I last tried to do a long race here, it was with Taka Nakagami, and unfortunately I failed that challenge as well, and I think I also started from that one in pole position. I'm doing much better here, but I remember I started to claw back some time towards the end of the video. I started to feel really comfortable with the Honda RC213V, and then Pedro Acosta crashed into turn 11, and his bike bounced up off to the circuit and hit me, and I ended up crashing out as well. It was a good effort, but ended in tears. I don't want today's video to end in tears. I want to keep on pushing, but we do need, at this stage, a miracle. Pecco Bagnaia leads now by 3 seconds. Marquez in second with only a 0.2 of a second gap to Martin. This might not be as easy. I tell you one thing though, we're not going to see Pedro Acosta. He's not going to replicate his podium performance here in Aragon. Good to see the 2 VR46 Ducati boys in there. 7th and 8th for Digia and Marco Bezzecchi. Jack Miller having a much better race, and same can be said for Aleix Espargaro as well. Of course, that was an absolute nightmare for the Aprilis at the weekend. Especially Maverick Vinales, who retired early, don't forget. Dubbed the bikers impossible to ride. Couldn't turn in, 0 grip. Not a good experience. We've just dropped back into the 145s on lap 6. Now as we dive into the left-hander, my attention is on Martin. 4.5 of a second is the gap. 5 I would be a little bit happier with, and I think we can find it. We are finding a bit of time now in that first split. Bagnaia with another track limit warning, that's his second. Maybe he could get a long lap penalty. If he does, we could be right in it. But at this point, I am clutching at straws. I am desperately waiting for him to get a long lap penalty or something. But you know Pecco, when he's in that sort of rhythm, he's damn near impossible to beat. Lorenzo-esque at the front right now. 0.3 of a second. We're actually finding a bit of time on this lap. I've actually found being a little bit more calmer, upshifting a bit earlier, is actually paying dividends here. 0.3 of a second I've found on this lap. Oh, and that's tight. I got away with it. I genuinely thought that would be my 4th track limit warning. I think a long lap penalty will come in this video here today. It's such a difficult corner there's just so many difficult corners in this track. It's such a technical circuit. And of course, a lot of you guys at the moment, I'm guessing, have been doing the MotoGP eSport challenge here in Aragon, so I imagine you're all probably feeling the same way. It's a very difficult track to get right. It's great to see it back on the calendar, and of course, what a result, having Marquez win in his home circuit. Fabio Di Giannantonio just crashed out of 7th, and we're back into the 44s again. It's not a great lap time, that, to be honest. I'd like to be around the 43s, but to be honest, around this track, I think I can take it. Soft tyres are still in very good form, but I do have to be careful with trying to catch up to a rider who's significantly quicker. Usually drags you into a couple of mistakes and you end up crashing, or at least making a couple of errors, as we have done throughout this video so far. Oh, wide again. That is just typical, isn't it? Oh, and look at that! Martin is right alongside me. I hope he doesn't go for the lunge like he did on Acosta into turn 8. Thankfully not. That would have pushed me wide, and that probably would have resulted in tears for us both. So as we go on the left-hand side here... No! Oh my god, Martin. I just seen him on the old ultra-wide OLED monitor then, on the left-hand side of the screen, just peeking his nose near the map. But I was coincidentally looking at that map, because look at the gaps that you're seeing behind us. It's very similar to what it would be like in real MotoGP. Just different gaps building up around the circuit. Couple of battles here and there, but the majority, big bunch of gaps. I mean, look at that now on the straight. Look at the gap that Pecco's got. Look at the gap that I've got to Martin. And then behind us is Brad Binder in 4th. So at the very least, the goal is to get onto the podium. I know it's not the purpose of the challenge. The idea was to try and win. But it's the second best thing. It's still worth it. It's still a good enough effort as far as I'm concerned. And obviously, if we're not going to win today, we can always come back and try the challenge again. Maybe I'll have to get a bit more gloves off with Pecco to survive the 120% difficulty around this circuit. Just the pure irony of 120% difficulty in this game. I was kind of bored doing a couple of the Moto2 career mode videos a few weeks ago and a few days ago, because They are so easy in both the lightweight class and the intermediate class that they don't offer a true challenge. This is rewarding. I don't mind finishing second and third, fourth or fifth even, as long as I've had a good battle where I've pushed and I've tried and it's been fun. This is more fun than it ever has been winning by a country mile in Moto 2. This is a more rewarding experience and I'm thoroughly enjoying, and you know what, I think we have... No way, Pecco's gone! Oh, Pecco's had a massive crash into turn 12! Oh my god! It's happened again! Pecco's down into turn 12. It wasn't 13 this time, but it's turn 12. Oh my god, the challenge is alive once again! Yes! Oh, I don't want to cheer because someone went down, but you know my point. The challenge is still on. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. Well, I guess the challenge is back on, but I've got to try and defend against Martin. I've got nervous now. I was getting rather calm and just sort of relaxed then because I thought that was it. Alright then. The twist in the tail, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in challenge succession completion conclusion, it meaning we can still do this. It's in range once again. Martin's in second, 0.3 of a second behind. We cannot rest on our laurels. Oh, that's a harsh track limit warning. It's right though, it was the right decision. I did cut the corner, but bloody hell, I could have avoided that. I needed that like a hole in the head. 0.2 of a second we've lost on this lap, and yet the gap is still there at 0.4. We need a miracle. Well, we had a miracle. Now we need to just capitalise on that miracle. I've gone all nervous now. This challenge has completely changed on its head here. I know what it's like when sometimes you're racing online or you've raced in one of our Race Academy championships. If the rider in front of you goes down, it blows your mind and you're like, oh my god, everything's changed. The landscape's changed. We can win this now. We've got it. By the way, how many warnings has Taka had? I swear I keep seeing his name come up every single time I go into turn 14. Don't know what's happening there. But on this straight, I can rest somewhat until hitting the brakes there at that second white line. On that same familiar wide line into 16, then onto the left-hand side for 17, onto the power. Careful not to wheelie. Had a little bit of a bunny up, but it's okay. Still into the 44s. Right then. Oh, wide. I need to avoid these mistakes. I am absolutely thrilled to be pushed to the limit once again. It's been ages since the 120% AI gave me the run for me money. And we're having it here today. Brilliant. That's what I needed. Oh my god, Martin's there. Go away, Martin. This is Marquez territory. From one Spaniard to another. Marquez is going to do it. 1,043 days was it since his last victory? I've never won a race with Marc Marquez here in MotoGP 24. Maybe I have, I don't remember. Did I win that one in Mugello? I can't remember. I didn't win the one in the Sachsenring, I know that much, but I know I did a video in Mugello with Marquez, which I thoroughly enjoyed, by the way. It was a great race. I think I might have won that one, actually. But into the tight, wonderful... I love that corner. I really like that corner, because when you get it right, you feel absolutely untouchable. Now onto the brakes for 14, that's wide. Oh, what? Oh my god, the wheelie. The wheelie then put me really unsettled for that left-hander. I must not go wide into that corner again. I lost a significant amount of time then. Oh, that made me nervous. I'm bopping my leg up and down now. You know when you get that nervous sort of like tension feeling. Oh, Martin's through. This is not going well. Heck to a handbasket on lap 11 alongside Martin as he pushes me wide. We're going to have to go for the move around the outside again. Yeah, luckily we're brave enough. Fair play to Martin keeping this video interesting. Oh, Quattararo's gone as Martin gets close to the rear tyre. of the Grassini Ducati. The GP24 versus the GP23 again. Can we hold on? I tell you what, this is actually a very similar podium to what we had in real life. If you replace Brad Binder's KTM with the gas variant, and you would have the same podium. So it's almost the same. GP23, GP24, and then a KTM, but just rebranded as a gas. That's kind of cool. I don't think Pedro Costa's going to get on the podium. He's way down in 7th place, and on the circuit, I think he's quite a while away. I think he's down towards the reverse corkscrew, probably coming out of there now. Yeah, we've got a big advantage. Right, let's brake early for this 150-metre marker. Oh my god, did I not get it stopped? Ooh, the front end was feeling wobbly then. I was pushing as much as I could, and that vibration was kicking off, as somehow Taka's been given a long lap penalty. My opinion is still very much there. I swear I keep seeing Taka pop up for a penalty in that corner. I don't know what's going on. So even though we didn't have a particularly great lap there, Martin is still yet to close in. So Alex Rins has been given a warning. Still leaning on the left-hand side of that Michelin rubber. Hit the apex, hit the ride-out device. Did you see the front end wobble a little bit then? Pushing now. Another 45.3. Looks like the race pace is dropping off a little bit here. I'm not able to keep the 144s, and it doesn't look like either is Martin. I can't break the resolve of him yet, though. No, he's still right there. 0.3, and I'm wide for turn 5. Come on. No, he's going to get me. Ooh, I didn't expect this challenge to be so intense. I am loving this. This has been one of the best videos I've done in a while. I am thoroughly enjoying this. And I've still got 10 laps to go. Come on, turn 8. Hold off the Martinator. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 1 track limit warning away from getting a long lap penalty. And there it is on the right hand side of your screen. Look how big it is. Takes you a long time to get around. Navigate that incorrectly and you'll be doing it again. Brake early. Downshift to second. Keep it in. Really nice corner there. I must say, it does feel like braking on the side of the tyre rather than just sitting the bike up vertically and straight. Helped slow me down into turn 12. I think that's definitely finding me a bit of time against Marquez's compatriot. Onto the power then. We are still 0.4 of a second ahead of Jorge Martin. Brake at that second white line, keep it in tight to the apex, run it a little bit wide, and to swing it back into the left-hand side, and Martin's gone! Martin's down! Oh, we've been gifted it again! Oh! Is this a fake video? Is this not even legitimate? Is Martin and Pecco conspiring against the aces to give me what I want? Or conspiring with, should I say, to give me the victory? I can't believe it. I cannot believe that. So now it's smooth sailing, is it? I cannot believe that. I guarantee that is the crash into turn 16. Now Brad Binder's gone. What is going on? Red flag it, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Miller up to second. Marco Bezzecchi up to third. Yes. I like Bez. I want Bez to finish on the podium. I'd be happy with that. Jack Miller in second, though. I don't know what the odds on to bet on Jack Miller finishing on the podium in Aragon, but if you happen to know that, let me know. Because that would be like betting the impossible. No disrespect to Jack Miller, but it's just not what I expected to see. 7 seconds ahead of the competition we are now. I can't believe this. It's somehow worked into my favour that we're going... Come on, Taka, what are you doing? It's another track limit warning. He finished in the top 12, didn't he? He actually got a good chunk of points, did Taka. Game's not doing him justice here today, though. But yeah, regarding what I was going to say, I mean, the Marquez video idea was to win by a comfortable margin, similar to what he did in MotoGP at the weekend. And we are going to have that through no fault of my own and no sheer benefit to me. I've not done anything really to deserve it. I've just been riding along. And yet, we've been gifted a Pecco crash, a Martin crash, and technically the Binder crash as well. Because now I've got complete control over Aragon. The crowd in Aragon, the fans watching in Teruel, are going to be chuffed. Now Morbidelli's gone down. Where are they crashing? I know they do in past experiences. I have raced here before, and I know they can race crash in turn 12 or 13. Oh my god, that's going to give me a long lap. Oh, I actually didn't. Fair play. That was the right decision. I might have cut the corner there, but I didn't gain anything, so I think that was the right decision from the MotoGP stewards. But I know in the past the AI do struggle into this corner here, which is turn 12. They do struggle a little bit on the exit here going into turn 13. And they also crash occasionally into the penultimate corner. But at the moment, Taka's got another warning. I'll stop getting distracted by that in a minute, but that just keeps popping up. But I really don't know where this other crash point is. It's got to be somewhere around turn 1 to 3 to 5, I would say. Because I'm usually in turn 6 or 7 when the crashes occur. Let's take a look on this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Gap is 7 seconds. No one's going to be pressuring us now as we dive across the line. Still very consistent with the 145s. I can take that. 145.1. It's most certainly not esports pace, I can tell you that. But for my first go on MotoGP in quite a while, I think this is a good result. And as long as we get the challenge complete, I think I'm happy with the result nonetheless. But let's take a look to see where they crash. Let's see if we get any graphics pop up. Big mention, by the way, Jorge Martin is back up to 4th. So even though he crashed, he's right back up there again. So this is the point now. We might see another crash. Turn 7. Everyone through safely? Okay, I'm not sure then. I don't know where it is that they're crashing. I did expect it to happen again. Because usually in this game, when the crashes start coming, they come a lot. And I don't know what it is. It's like the AI just have a brain fart or something. They just completely forget what's going on. Don't want to alarm anyone, but Jack Miller's pulled in by 4/10 here. It's not going to be able to claw me back, but you never know. 4/10 now, per sector, could be a different story at the end of the video. But what I will say, guys, now Miller's gone. That must be turn 12. Oh, and he's out. Martin's back on the podium after all that. We might not get the KTM on the front row anymore. In fact, Pedro Acosta's slowly working his way up. If Martin and Bez, in fact, if just Bez crashes out, then we will see Pedro Acosta on the podium, should I say. We will see the gas. And if Bez crashes, or at least gets overtaken by Martin and Pedro, we could have the identical podium like we had in real life. That would be absolutely brilliant. That would be marvellous. But I really want Marco Bezzecchi to stay on the podium, so sorry. We're not going to get that here today. So once again, another 145 lap time. Consistency is indeed paying off. We're actually getting faster as these laps go on now. Been able to find a bit of a rhythm. Not faster in improving lap times, but improving over the recent 5 lap times we've done. And as long as we stay consistent here, I should imagine this one's good, done and dusted, good and proper. Providing we don't get a long lap penalty, because that could put me in a perilous position. Into turn 8, tight apex of the reverse corkscrew. For turn 9, we are... Yeah, we're only, what, 6-7 laps away now from victory. This is brilliant. I have really enjoyed this. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow a lot. And the liking is, of course, important because I know you enjoyed the video. And I think, let's do some more videos like this. Let's do some more 100% races. Let's do some more challenges, maybe starting from the back of the grid. Maybe try and replicate, I don't know, someone's victory like we've done here today with Marquez. Let's try some new things. This is fun. I really enjoyed this. And as I say, I deeply hope that you guys have felt the same way. But our advantage is now at 9 seconds. We've done a cracking job here. Now I imagine Pecco Bagnaia's damage to his bike must have been too egregious to continue. Because if he had stayed on the, or just got back on the bike, I don't see why he wouldn't have been on the podium. The amount of crashes they've had behind has just been completely asinine. I didn't expect to see this many, I'll be honest. So another 45 lap time then, really beginning to get comfortable now with the circuit of Aragon. I haven't had a chance to try the MotoGP Esports Challenge, but to be quite honest with you, I can't see myself doing much better than what I've already done. Maybe a high 43 perhaps? I don't know. Maybe when I get to the Premier class I'll start doing some more sort of challenges. Because don't forget, I'm still on Moto 2 in the Moto 2 career mode. I feel great with the Moto 2 bikes, but coming over to MotoGP feels a little bit different. Definitely took a couple of laps to get into it again. We now fire onto the power, into the long left-hander of the Marc Marquez corner, with the rider, Marc Marquez. Now challenge. I'll tell you one something though I've found really helps is going over the apex into that Marquez corner. That has been saving me a lot of time by not wheeling out of the corner. The bike just seems a bit more stable when you do that. And I think maybe... Oh, come on, Bez! No! No, and he's off the podium! Oh, and he's out! No, Bez! Oh, that's a shocker for the VR46 bikes, isn't it? Both Digi Antonio crashed earlier on. Taka, what are you doing? He's got another warning. How many is he going to get? He did the long lap penalty earlier, surely. It'll say on the LED board in the left. In fact, both of the LCR boys have got penalties. Both Sarko and Taka have been given long lap penalties in this race. Oh, we've got the identical podium. Hang on. Did Brad Binder also finish in 4th in that race as well? I think he did. So that's the top 4 that's identical. I definitely don't feel like Aleix Espargaro finished in 5th, however. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it the Beast? I think it might have been, but if that's the case, that means Morbidelli is in the right position as well. So if Bastianini didn't crash and he finished in 5th, we would have the identical top 6. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's never going to happen though. Someone's going to crash again, I guarantee it. Just let's make sure it's not me. Whoa. That felt surprisingly good actually, going onto that curb. I didn't get the right exit this time though, and probably going to lose a bit of time. Onto the brakes into the wonderful turn 12. Getting a move done around the outside into turn 12 feels absolutely exhilarating. I haven't been able to do it in this video here today. Or did I? Maybe I did earlier on. Over when fighting with Pecco. I know I tried, but I don't know if I made it stick. It might have been the last attempt I had, but I know it's a bloody brilliant feeling. It's a profound experience, I'll tell you that much. But into 16, Taka's been given another warning. Is he just trying to get camera time? He's taking the mick now, though. Where is he making all those mistakes? That's another 145 low, though. You can't fault that race pace. It might be, what, 2 seconds slower than the eSport boys. But still, it's consistent. Might be consistently average, but that's consistent. We have deviated no more than 0.2 of a second, or 1.5 tenths of a second over the last 5 laps. That's pretty good. I hope I can continue that now for the end of the video. 12 and... Oh my god, I'm wide. Well, I guess we're not going to get anywhere near anymore. Ooh. That curb's a bit bumpy, isn't it? Superbike 22-esque. Well, maybe not. In Superbike, they just fire you up straight off the bike. As we have lost all that time that we gained in the first split. Gentle on the left-hand side of the tyre. Bring on the power. Yeah, look at the difference we have in the delta compared to our best lap in there, though. We do save time. That front's beginning to feel a little bit loose into turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of a bobble, just a bit of instability? Lack of stability? Unstable? I don't know. Words have gone to my head today. But it definitely feels like a lack of stability into that left-hander. And Taka, what are you doing, Sunshine? You're on another long lap penalty. That's unbelievable. He should race in the Ace Academy Championships. And he's got another one! Stop it! It's hard being a Taka fan when you keep seeing that coming up. Come on, Taka-san. You're better than that. Oh, and I dropped into the 45-2s. I blame Taka. I upshifted there actually by accident, and you know what? That actually felt pretty good. Something I always forget to do, especially after transitioning from Moto3 to Moto2 to MotoGP. In Moto3, you need the high revs. You need to get every single bit of the revs. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I've just cut the corner. That's a long lap penalty. I've gone the way of Taka. I've made a mistake, and it's now my chance to do the long lap penalty. Let's see how much time we lose. Alright, we're going into it. 0.6 of a second down. Ooh, I must have messed the apex. Power on. Oh, Acosta's gone into the left-hander. You know what? That's a really good long lap penalty. We lost 1.5 seconds. 2 seconds overall. That's a good job. I'm surprised at that, to be honest. I honestly felt that the long lap penalty here would lose me more time than just 2 seconds. This is why I never understand those players that when they get a long lap penalty, they don't take it. They'd rather just chance it and try and beat the 3-second penalty. Why not just take it and only lose a second? 2 seconds, should I say. Makes sense to me. But that has completely scuppered my chances of being consistent for the next few laps. But it's bang on 2 seconds, so it should be around a 47.6. As we bring the power on and across the line, it is a 46.7. Let's see if we can get back into it over the next 2 laps. Let's see if we can improve again. Now, surprisingly enough, Pedro Acosta crashed, and he's still in 3rd. So the gap to Martin is 11.5 seconds. The gap from Martin to Acosta is probably half of that, maybe a little bit less. Maybe 3 seconds. So even if Martin crashed, I don't know if Acosta could catch him now. But this has been a brilliant experience. Been able to even chat a bit about MotoGP, not much. And of course, I know the question I'm going to get asked at some point, but what do I think about the Pedro... oh my god, getting the names wrong today. What do I think about the Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia crash? And well, I will tell you, I'll cut out the middleman. It's a racing incident. It was the right decision. I don't agree that Alex Marquez should be banned from MotoGP like some people are suggesting. Just a tough situation, tough corner for both riders to go into. It was the right decision to be a racing incident. But one thing I will say is, as long as both riders are okay, that's all that really matters. And now on to the left-hander. Zarco's been given a track limit warning. Steel yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because Taka Nakagami is about to get another track limit warning. Pop up on the screen. Reveal yourself, Taka. Okay, maybe not. Tumbleweeds. I honestly felt that we were going to see it again. Not going to lie, a little bit disappointed there. Oh, Frankie, what are you doing getting involved? It was meant to be it was meant to be about Taka. I won't lie, I'm actually a little bit bummed out now that Taka didn't get a warning then. I was hoping to see it. God, have you seen the gap though? There's riders currently going into turn 14 right now. That's miles away than we are. And now Luca Marini's been given a long lap penalty. What's going on there for the other Honda riders? Seems to be just synonymous with Hondas to get penalties here today. So out to turn 7 then. We've only got, what, 10 more corners to go until we have achieved our objective. No more track limit warnings, no more long lap penalties. Oh, maybe there. Taka gets another warning. In fact, where's all those warnings coming from? Everyone's going crazy behind us down the order. But I will say, this is going to be challenge complete. I think even if we crash now, we're going to get the job done. Didn't quite manage to be consistent with the lap times. Didn't think I'd be in the 45 so often. I thought I might slip into the 44s a bit more. Maybe even a 43 during a race. But right now, I think I know where my speed is. And it's definitely going to be around that 145 mark. So, not much we can do. Is what it is. But as long as the challenge is completed, I am a happy man. Marc Marquez is victorious in MotoGP in real life. And Marc Marquez will be victorious in the virtual world with me, DrAce. Beautiful victory here in Aragon. It's gone wonderfully, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. Big thanks to the channel members. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.